This morning I got Rob. Rob's been taking the challenge pretty much from the very beginning. How's it going, Rob?
Very good, man. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, today I just wanted to talk about what you've been getting done over. I mean, it's been what 30 days, maybe something like that,
Yeah, January 18th. January 18th.
and 3 hours a day. We're at like 90 hours. I mean, it's oh God, how many business days? So that would be um, I don't know, like
Yeah, my math isn't working this early.
12 12 full business days in 30 days. So you almost get like it's almost like it's between a third and a half of at this point. I know it's at 41 days from the very beginning, it's 15 days. So anybody doing 3 hours a morning across 41 days, which we were at a couple days ago, I did the math. We were at 15 business days. But whatever the case,
Yeah,
what are you getting done? How's it working for you?
yeah. Thank you. For me, it was I really had to shift part of my day. I felt like I needed more time. It goes back to one of our original conversations. So, a good bit of it is my administrative work would run and leak into the first half of my morning. I get down here and just a good bit of distractions. So I had to try to remove some of the distractions. And just case in point, my I come down here, I'm trying to get situated this morning, and my 17-year-old, love him dearly, gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and where I'm getting ready to sit up and get situated with you,
Hmm.
and just wakes up early. Just it happens. Wants to eat, so has like a couple bowls of cereal. I'm like, hey Quinn, look, buddy, I'm getting ready to go live. So it's real stuff like that with the disruptions
Yeah.
that by getting up early and starting off at 4:30 that allowed me to start working on one. It's starting to get really busy. So administrative work within my industry that would normally leak into the morning, and that would take away some of the business development time I would have. Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This last couple weeks have been half and half, working on projects and getting caught up with transactional things, and and I'm still like I'm battling in my mind a few different things to kind of focus on. So I'm doing a little bit of I'm spreading it out a bit, which is fine because it's every one of those things I'm working on are still having that effect of getting closer to the finish line, or getting better, or the SEO we've been working on a lot is just a constant kind of thing. So, but that's crazy. Your 17-year-old gets up at 4 sometimes.
Not very often, but it's more about the you mentioned at the very beginning what resonated, and I said this before we were on, but lifestyle framework. The by being able to get up early, and you talk about like the moonshot idea. Like I had been working a good bit with employer education and financial empowerment, and part of my business model, and creating presentations. And eventually was starting to create some video for it, so that would allow me to get things done. But the distractions during the day with having three kids that are 19 now, off to college, 17, and a 14-year-old, were just typical things that I felt that I wanted to be able to engage with, and I felt like I was always behind.
Yeah.
And so front loading the day just made a big difference, where hey, I got my workout in, accountability with you in the morning with 4:30 psycho, and then my day was just getting off, and I've the compound effect of just it gradually building up, even though I'm not doing as much towards the moonshot, the bigger idea. I'm going into the day, and it's allowing me to be much more productive as the day goes on, and that way I'm not finishing up at 9 o'clock at night.
Right, right, and having the family time.
Yeah.
We film a long form video every week about a neighborhood, and we do one or two podcasts, which take about start to finish like a half hour of time during the day. That one of the struggles I had with doing that kind of video work was how was I going to fit it into my day? So this doing a lot of things, has made that work pretty good. And in the morning, I do work on getting the after I get the edited video back. We don't have to edit the podcast stuff. We do that in one take, but do some of that in the morning. And I could never fit it in if my day was crowded with all sorts of
Yeah.
the projects that I'm calling moonshot projects, getting our business to the next level type stuff. So
Yeah.
it's key for me. I was going through some last couple of days, like this morning, I was like having a hard time getting out of bed. I don't have a hard time getting out of bed. So it's a really interesting mental, internal conversation I had with myself.
No
I
question.
start to be like, oh, I need to snooze. And I'm like, no, I don't need to snooze. Like I just have
Yeah.
this funny thing going on right now. It's crazy how how accountable you can be, but you even start like you got that voice in your head that's like can trip you up so easily, right?
Yeah. No question. Yeah, it's really good from the aspect also. Doing it every day. I mentioned my struggle with this past weekend. It was unique, but and I can, I've learned from it. But being doing the 4:30 psycho on Saturdays and Sundays is the really big one for me
Yeah.
because there's no school preparation with the kids getting off to school. It's right in. I'm up and at 4:30 to 7:30. There isn't any disruption with business or any typical preparation, so I can work on just solely like the moonshot idea. So that would be 6 hours that I normally would never have done that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you're working on. We have been filming also. Got a retargeting program. So I filmed 15, or excuse me, 65, 66 15-second Instagram and Facebook ads that then will go to, we have 22 landing pages. And then on those landing pages, we also created a resource library for buyers and sellers that cover
Yeah.
everything from start to finish about title work, about the whole process. And we've filmed most of it, except there's 44 more videos I have to film. They're all like a minute to 2 minute videos, and I tried to do, I did all of the 15-second videos in one day, and then I tried to do the 1 to 2 minute videos all in one day. I couldn't do it. It's just too much. I was like brain dead.
That's crazy.
So I'm gonna film the second part of it's like roughly 40 1 to 2 minute videos, and it's going to be awesome. Like all our so the retargeting people, 50,000 old leads, we're going to retarget anybody that comes to our site, past clients. Well, depending on what it is what category they're in, they're going to see a particular retargeting ad that will then drive them to a landing page that might also have a resource center.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in your industry, getting the information and consumers, it's just I hear it all the time. The young folks that we do the education with employers, they love it in small chunks, and having access to that is fantastic. The on my list is, I believe you mentioned, it's the YouTube formula. Is that
Mm-hmm.
yeah? I know that's it's got to be on top of my list.
Yeah, I mean, that's we got a lead and a neighbor called. So we've got one so far. I think we're in month 2, or I got to look at that. But we have almost 50 pieces of content on our YouTube channel. 2 months ago, we didn't have any on any in our moving to Maryland, and it's following a formula of providing great content. I don't represent myself as a realtor until the very end to say, hey, if you're looking to explore these neighborhoods, we can help you out. And that's what you want them to say. Oh, wow, this is really cool. Oh my God, he's a realtor too. But it's a long play. It's
Yeah.
like a 5 to 10 year play actually with YouTube. But it takes a while to get that view count. I think we're at like 10,000 views or something in 2 months. But we are starting to get the traffic's picking up, and they said 4 to 7 months is the time frame that you'll start actually getting, like, things are going to start to pick up with just, it's going to, when people are searching that area, they're going to see this, then that, and they're going to start watching them, then they're going to know you, like you, trust you. And That's pretty exciting.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, like you mentioned, it's you're building it. It seems like it's building relationally, by giving everybody the information that they're looking for, and not promoting the business, and at the end just introducing yourself a little bit. It's helped build the relationship with them, with
Yeah, it's a soft sell. You're not selling at the beginning. You're not. That's where most realtors go wrong. They're like, "Hey, I'm Ron with Remax," and people are like,
right,
done.
right,
They want, "Hey, this is a phenomenal neighborhood."
yeah,
Go into the whole neighborhood stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
well, cool. How about
Hmm.
and getting good family time in? I guess.
Yeah, man. I mean, it makes a huge difference. It's not easy. Someone asked me recently at just a birthday party for an adult friend of ours, and like, what have you been doing? And when I told him, like, why are you doing that? And then I shared with them why. I was like, hey, it's just fantastic getting the day started off with the workout. So the fitness is getting there. I'm getting to bed early. I'm just not watching mindless TV or doing something that it's just, I wouldn't say wasteful, it's just mindless at times. So I'm starting off more productive, and then I'm getting things done that I needed to get done because I felt like I was short, and that was taking away time from the family. So ending the day where you're doing what you believe and being a better version of yourself just feels good. And then you've talked about before, that effect, that compound effect, you do see some hockey stick growth. So I'm
Yeah.
seeing all the little things that I'm doing early in the morning, which was more than I was doing before, starting to take lift and get lift from it now, professionally and personally. So
Yeah.
been good.
It's awesome, man. I mean, it makes everything, just that in itself makes everything worthwhile. Because I often think about being selfish, and this being really a phenomenal accountability tool for myself, right? Like it's really, and that's what the thought is, like, is this first and foremost an accountability tool for myself? But I equally, if not more, love to hear what you just said. So like
Right.
that makes me feel better. I mean, it's a I mean, to be completely honest, that's like very equal in, like, everybody needs accountability, right? So
Yeah.
like this, having to be accountable to, like, when I don't feel like getting up on when the alarm clock goes off and snoozing, or you know just getting to my seat at 4:30 like I used to. Like that was my
Yeah.
thing. Sometimes it'd be 4:32, but it was always 4:31,
Yeah.
4:33. I'm up and rolling at 4:20. I'm getting it in. And then to hear others, like, just to hear what you just said right there, it's like
Yeah.
that this is completely worth it.
Yeah. Well, you just pick it's now it's like it increases your pace. You just know you have a little bit more urgency than you normally would. You know that you can't just continue to hit snooze. I'm like, oh man, I mean, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm a morning person, but like I didn't realize 4:30 is just 4:20, 4:15 is like touching a little bit early where you're getting in motion, and you're getting your mind going, and it's the accountability part, like, hey man, I got it, I'm gonna get logged on, I'm gonna get moving, let's go.
So
So
I have a partner in a home improvement business, Chris, and we most of our business meetings have been at 4 in the morning, and
mm,
um, I'm sorry, at 4:30 in the morning, not 4. But he thought early on that I said I wanted to meet at 3, and he messaged me one night and said that he'd be there at 3, and he called me before I went to bed, and I was like, "No, no, 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 4:30." Like, and he's serious. I'm gonna have him on probably in a couple
that's
days, because
cool.
we meet. That's one of the things I do with him, is meet in the morning, because he starts early.
Yeah,
And
construction, that's
but
great.
yeah, he was serious. He was like ready to meet at 3 o'clock, and I was like, "That's crazy. That's psycho. That's
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah, it is. But I mean, like, like when you get up, you said get up and go to vacation. If I have to be in Charleston, South Carolina from, Ellicott City, Maryland, we want to miss traffic. We want to make the most of our time. I don't have a problem waking up at 2:30 a.m., getting the kids in the car, and traveling down. It's never an issue.
Yeah.
Like, there's no hitting snooze. You're up and you're in motion. So I look back and think, hey, it's the same thing as that. I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of work done, and I'm getting a lot of high quality time with the kids. So, my wife. So it's good.
Yeah, I have to self-talk over the next couple of days. Like I said, I think I've got it worked out, but like the last couple of days, I just catch myself saying, "This is so tough," and then
Yeah,
I say, "This ain't tough. I've been doing it for so long," and then it goes away. But I got this
amazing.
internal sort of voice messing with me lately. Last couple of days, so
Yeah, it's amazing.
hasn't affected me, but it's like it's a very funny internal shut up, shut up.
Yeah. No, I
Oh,
have it. I have it. It's just there. That's all I can excite. As soon as I start, I don't want to run for 30 minutes, but I know that after we're off this call, then I just do it. And as soon as I start getting going, I'm okay. First
yeah,
5 minutes is not easy, but then life
yeah.
is good. And all of a sudden, like, I can't believe I was even complaining about this. It's not even, you know?
Well, I know you got a busy morning
Yeah.
as well.
Awesome.
Good seeing you. Talk soon, man.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
care.
Good stuff.
See you
Take
tomorrow.
care.